Harassment complaints are among the most stressful conflicts people can face at work. People feel exposed, judged, and attacked. Emotions run high. The conflict becomes all-consuming, invading our thoughts even when we are not at work. We've been grabbed by strong thoughts and feelings. This is what it's like to be hooked. Anger, fear, shame, frustration are some of the unwanted inner feelings that typically come up in harassment complaints. We start reacting from a defensive place. Our thinking narrows, and we tend to fall into one of three patterns. We defend, I didn't do it. We blame, it's your fault. We deny, it wasn't me. Or we avoid, just not talk about it. Now, these unwanted inside feelings and reactions are quite normal. They feel safe and protective. And in the short term, they are protective. But here's the problem. When we're stuck in this reactive defensive mode, we can't actually resolve anything. Our energy goes into proving we are right and the other person is wrong. We are unwilling to see things from any perspective but our own. It's like being distracted by a text when we're driving. When we're focused on the text, we can't see the road ahead. But solving the issue and making things better requires our attention to be on the road ahead. The alternative to reactive right-wrong thinking is flexibility. Flexibility doesn't mean agreeing or backing down. It's not pretending there's no problem or some things or smoothing things over just to keep the peace. And it's definitely not giving up what matters most to you. Flexibility means this. You can notice your emotions and your thoughts without letting them control you. You can choose a response that serves your goals instead of becoming reactive. You can stay focused on what matters most, and you can stay present in tough conversations without shutting down or lashing out. When something goes wrong at work, such as harassment, our attention naturally turns to the past. We get caught in the right-wrong, blame-defend cycle, and we focus on who is at fault. This is like staring at a text while driving. We miss what's ahead. The matrix helps us look up. It turns our focus from judgment to correction, asking what's workable, what matters, and what we can do next to move things forward. In other words, what do we need to do to correct the harassment? Flexibility also matters in resolving harassment complaints because people need to feel safe. They need to have a safe space to talk about difficult things. This means that we also have to be able to hear what people have to say without judgment or defensiveness. In other words, for a person to be safe, they have to feel like they're being heard. By using the ACT matrix to teach psychological flexibility, we're creating a safe space for honest and sometimes uncomfortable conversations, all in the service of moving toward what really matters, with respect, accountability, and making the workplace better for everyone. Safety and flexibility feed off each other. If I feel safe, I'm more likely to talk about the hard things. If you take a flexible stance, that is, a non-judgmental stance where you are willing to listen with curiosity and to learn, you make it more willing for me and safer for me to talk about difficult things. That's why unhooking is such an important first step. When I unhook, take a breath, ground myself, and choose to listen, I signal I'm here to listen and not to judge. And that makes it easier for you to do the same, to be here to talk and to listen to me and not to judge. When we are willing to listen to each other, even when we talk about difficult things like harassment, when we feel safe enough to say the difficult things that need to be said, that is when we move into the space where resolution is possible.